shaving cream.
So,
what? Why?
Why?
Get it
I get
off.
free samples at work. What do you want from me? So we're here today for you guys to try an application on an iTouch or an iPad. We're going to rotate, and then I'm going to ask you questions about the application. Then we're going to go a little bit deeper into what the application is about. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you about like the overall application, and then we're going to go a little bit deeper into the parts of the application. So I start from her to him, okay? So what do you think about the app?
Overall, it's pretty good. I didn't like the speed, the load time of the news one. Like, I clicked on some of them, and I'm pretty impatient, and it was just like a little thing, and it took too long. But other than that, I guess it was good. It's not something I would use, I think, but
Okay.
yeah.
I had fun with the word thing, but reading backwards is just, I have no patience for that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool, kind of, but then I don't see why I would read the news on that.
Okay.
Well, I like to the game with the words and everything, but otherwise, like the rest is like kind of like okay. Like I want to read the news like backwards or send a message backwards on Facebook or to anybody.
Okay.
So otherwise.
Yeah, I like the word theme thing. It was kind of fun, but after a while, once you got used to the letter theme backwards, it was just kind of like any other word puzzle game. And yeah, reading the news backwards just got annoying at a point.
Yeah, I actually thought it was a pretty interesting application. I mean, I actually did like reading the headlines. I'd like to sort of choose the website, go to some site like wired.com. I can read articles backwards. That seemed pretty cool to me. And there's a couple things here and there I'd fix, but the books was probably not my.
Of course, yeah.
Not
for you. Alright. Cute. Some of the questions might be repetitive, but we really want to get into detail here. So, did you find it fun? See, I'm going to read the next two questions, okay? Did you find it fun? What did you like about this app? And what didn't you like about the app?
Can I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
I wouldn't say it was fun. I guess for like a bit it was entertaining, but after a while it just like, I'm not patient, and like I would have rather read things not in mirror. The only thing I found kind of like cute was the dog one. That was nice. That was like adorable. What I liked about it, I guess like it's kind of neat to like test your brain in a different way. Like, so I guess that's what I liked about it, is it just like gives you another like way of like looking at stuff and like seeing how your brain can like figure stuff out. And what I didn't like about it was like, I guess the slow pacing of the news loading. Like, also I didn't like, the entertainment part was really misleading, because like I clicked the entertainment one and it was all this like depressing stuff about like people dying in Nigeria. So I would like it, entertainment, to be like, I thought it was going to be like gossip or something, and I could read like gossip backwards. Yeah, that's what was not good about it.
Okay.
Same thing, pretty much. The game was fun. I like that. That's a fun game. But like she said, it's not like any other game. I don't really understand why this will mirror like what the point is.
You will live to.
I know, that's why like I understand it's something with your brain, you're trying to challenge your brain, but I found it kind of annoying reading. And I wouldn't use this on my own time if only the word game maybe.
Okay.
The only thing that's pretty good about it now that I realize is that if you're reading it backwards, you're paying more attention to the text. But a lot of words that I was guessing it, like it's confusing because sometimes like I thought it was an upside down letter for some reason. Like the U, I'm like, is this an N?
Okay.
And I don't know. So try and guess what the word was and stuff. But some words I just couldn't figure it out.
Okay.
It's pretty much the same. Seriously, it's just like the game is fun, the rest is kind of annoying to try to read it. And
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much what everyone's already said. Not sure if I would call it fun. It's mildly entertaining for a bit before it starts to get kind of irritating. And yeah, so I liked the game and pretty much didn't like reading the news things.
Okay.
What I liked about it, I actually think it's pretty, it has a pretty interesting concept with the reading backwards, but I kind of need a reason to do it. I would like having, let's say, a competition or something. So let's say I have, okay, a challenge of reading 10 headlines a day or something, or reading them in the shortest amount of time. Same thing with the game. I thought it was pretty cool. There's a couple things I'd like to improve upon, like just simply double clicking on letters. I feel like the drag thing was kind of slow, and be just better double clicking. For the iPad, I found the actual interface itself was not optimized. Like there's a lot of just look very bland and whatever. Mirror read messaging seems like an interesting gimmick. I don't think I'd ever use that.
Okay. Again, would you buy it? What would you change about it?
Cost money.
In order, like, maybe to buy it. Pardon?
It cost money.
Yeah.
If it was like, would you buy it? Would you buy it? What would you do it? If it was a free app, I'd probably like try it because it would be free. I've gotten like so many apps for no reason because they're free. But if like even like I wouldn't pay 99 cents for this or anything. Like the only thing I pay money for on App Store is games. So I wouldn't buy it, and I don't think there's anything unique about it that would make me want to buy it. Like if it could utilize my camera and read other backwards things, maybe I would buy it if I had to read backwards things. If there was like more games with backwards letters that allowed me to like play with friends, I guess like it's sort of like Scrabble with friends or like hanging with friends, you know, like where it would be like backwards Scrabble with friends or something like that. I guess like no, I probably wouldn't buy it anyway because I didn't buy Hanging with Friends either. There's a free version. So, no, I don't think I would buy it. I was just thinking about that, like I didn't pay money for that either. No, I don't think, there's nothing about it that I would pay money for. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. We're getting your feedback.
Yeah, it's exactly what we want to hear.
Be honest.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to judge you.
Really hope you guys didn't like make this or whatever because I don't like it.
What would you change about it?
For kids, no. What I would change about it? Yeah, it would be free. I'd make it free first, and I think it'd be good for kids when they're learning or whatever. That's kind of more the age where you want to use these kind of things, like Einstein or whatever, brain things. Because for, I mean, us, our age, this isn't entertainment, this is a waste of time, and time is vital. But if it was for kids trying to figure it out in schools, that would be...
In a way, though, I'm sorry, can I interrupt?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm studying child development right now, and we're learning about language, and it might be like confusing to a child to see backwards letters like that. No?
We're going to explain to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't like done language yet, but to me like
We're going to get to that.
something about reading backwards seems weird for like language.
Yeah, it seems confusing, and but we're going to get to that now. We're going to explain what the concept is, what this whole thing is about.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Would you buy it? What would you change about it?
Well, like he said, like this high score or something like that, like if you're playing the thing, like you should have like a time limit and it should go down so that like, oh, you get a word, you get an extra 5 seconds. So how many words can you get before you run out of time?
Okay.
No, I wouldn't pay for it.
Okay.
think, because it's just kind of useless to me. It's okay, you can have fun with the reward game and everything, but even then, it's like, no, I don't know. It's just don't like it.
Yeah, no, I definitely would not pay for that. The change, I'm not really sure what you could do to change it. Maybe, like, kind of like what Jordan said, like being able to read like different websites backwards. But I'd also have to see kind of, I would need a reason to want to read websites backwards, which I don't really see yet. So maybe you could, I don't know, like provide some sort of incentive to do so.
Yeah, me too. I feel like overall I need a reason to do this. I feel like implementing a challenge saying, okay, you have 10 like websites, read them this much time, right?
Okay.
Or
Brain age.
yeah, exactly. You know, and again, there's like a lot of other things that I felt were not like optimized for this. Just and like I really didn't like the read book, like the message thing, but that's just me. I mean, again, like optimizing the interface, like, it looked very bland. Like maybe putting, like, I noticed that you have like these facts at the bottom here.
Yeah.
Like, let's say when I go to this, see, look what I see.
Yeah.
Maybe you can put like the facts, or like a little blurb here with the facts
Yeah.
or something, you know, or just so that it's not just this bland interface.
Okay.
You know, but that's a small thing in like that I need actually a reason to do this. You know, I feel it's a kind of cool idea, but I also feel it's kind of gimmicky. And even if you do fix the interface and do that stuff, I still need a reason to actually do it.
Okay.
Can I just interrupt?
I have nothing for this.
Sorry, I actually kind of disagree with Jordan on that. I actually preferred the interface on the iPad compared to the iPod Touch. I know.
It's bigger and cleaner.
Yeah. I just found it easier to read.
Sure, just so I can see a show of hands, who preferred it on the iPad to the iPod Touch?
I think it's because I prefer how big this is.
You didn't?
I don't think it has anything to do with this app though. It's just because that big fingers.
Okay, so all of you preferred it on the iPad? No?
No, I didn't like that you can't flip it. I don't like to hold the iPod Touch that way. I find it, not the iPod Touch, the iPad, I find it really clumsy to hold it this way, and I prefer to hold it upright. And I didn't like that it didn't flip when I held it.
Yeah, like for
Like I want to hold it like a book, not
Yeah.
like a big thing. Because you're trying to touch it with your hands, but like you're like, here you can just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
And like there's a couple implementation stuff like the backward scramble, like double clicking instead of dragging.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of things like that really I feel need fixing.
Yeah, especially since I think like on the backward scramble there's like a time limit or something. So if you have to waste time trying to like drag it, it's kind of annoying.
And for some reason it randomly resets the letters, and I don't even know why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
And it doesn't give you any more time or anything. Like you figured, okay, your next level.
Yeah, it is lovely.
It's not horrible. It's just not.
Yeah.
Again, there's no reason.
Yeah.
I'd rather read stuff normal than backwards because it's time that's wasted.
Yeah, and if I wanted to play a word jumble game, there's other ones that are free. Like they're free and they're not backwards.
I have games on my phone that I didn't pay for and I don't even play them.
Yeah.
I don't think I would. That's me though. I don't
You don't have a smartphone.
use my phone that much, but I don't think I would sit and play this game. Like I think I'd end up on Facebook.
Just out of curiosity, who here has an iPad or iPod Touch? Or iPhone? 1, 2, 3?
I have an Android phone.
Okay.
It's smart.
Same.
iPod Touch.
Okay, next question.
Alright, so now I'm going to ask you to tell me one thing that you will change about each application. Each part of the application. What would you change about the backwards scramble, the news part, the messaging, and the storybook?
Just you look at it.
Okay, well I can tell you what I want to change with the headline thing. When you click on it, everything's so tiny. I'd like less on a page. I don't know if it's because of the settings on this. Less on a page where I can to see it. I really need to read it like that, and it's not just like headlines.
Okay.
That's not headlines for me.
Okay.
Oh, it's bigger on this one.
Oh, I
I
find
have
it
to say
tiny.
like of each of them?
Yeah.
Okay. For headlines, like, I think it's what I said before, like really making sure that the options given are what they're supposed to be. Like, I don't know, I didn't look at any of the other ones because it takes a long time. So maybe like changing the load time probably is number one. I'd like it to be there right away. But other than that, like changing what entertainment is.
Entertainment, okay.
Yeah, because it was like about people dying and like wars and stuff. That's not really entertainment.
Depends who you
Maybe
are.
for some people. For the backward scramble, I think everybody's gonna say it is like having the letters go automatically, like the tapping, like what you said. Like either tapping it and it goes up there automatically, or double tap it goes up there. Other than that, like that one was fun. Maybe like a social aspect to that one. Like you could play with friends, see who can like come up with the most words.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Okay, yeah, you challenge yourself with someone else.
Yeah. The messaging, I tried to email one to him and it didn't work. So maybe check up on that and see if like, I don't know, maybe it's because this isn't connected to the internet, but I have no idea. I thought the book was cute, so I wouldn't change it. I thought it was really adorable. It's for children, but like, I like dogs, so that was nice. And I tried the survey and that was good, but like I somehow like exited it and then everything was reset, and it would be good if it could like keep my options there.
Okay.
But like it was easy to use, so yeah.
Okay. Same thing with the game. If you get a word, you should kind of boost the time. 10 seconds or 5 seconds or whatever.
Okay.
And the letters.
Okay.
It also doesn't take things with like, if you want to put like walked, it doesn't take it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like it gives you more options, but I mean, I don't really care about that. And mirror read, text messaging. To me, text is meaning you want to get your message faster. Reading it backwards, just there's no point.
Okay.
I don't know what I would change because I wouldn't even have it.
Okay.
The books, okay, for kids. In the survey, I didn't try it because it didn't help
I don't know. What's this like storybook thing? It's just reading it now. It's kind of funny. Wait, what's the question?
What would you change about each part of the application?
Start with the headlines. What would you change in the headlines?
I guess like yeah, what he said before, like you read the stories you want to read, not just the ones that they give you.
Okay.
I don't know if I would read these. Scramble. The countdown thing, like I said. The messaging. I don't know. The book's cool though. I think the book's alright. If they use the book, maybe some people would read it. But like actually put a lot more words, not like little kids.
Okay.
I guess.
Okay.
Just repeating what everybody else saying, like just with the backward scramble and everything, so just to go faster from one week over. The headlines thing, it's like it should read whatever you want. The book was really cute, so I don't know what to change there. And dress, okay.
Something that I found in the headlines part is actually like if you left the article you're reading and want to go back to the spot you were, you had to scroll to get back to where you were, and then you got this little message that was like, fast. It seems you're reading extremely fast. Are you sure you're reading the full text? And it was kind of annoying because I don't really want my app telling me that I'm not reading something. So I felt that was kind of annoying, and also something in the headlines that was kind of in all of the other ones. It was like every time you would click something, it would give you this little like pop-up thing with instructions instead of just putting that all on one page.
Okay.
So I felt that was kind of annoying. Then same thing for like the word scramble, like the dragging thing. I felt the messaging was kind of useless because if you're on like an iPad or an iPod Touch or an iPhone, if I want to get in touch with someone, I wouldn't necessarily go through the backwards reading thing because that would just annoy them, and I had other ways of doing it. The storybook was cute, and I guess if you just put more, so you have more options. I guess because you can only read one story for so long.
Right. One thing I noticed was that this app was not really so amazingly polished. For mirror read headlines, a couple things I changed was let me choose which articles, which sites I can go to and read. Maybe create a challenge aspect to it. The fasting was pretty annoying. Yeah, that's what I changed about that. Also, the load times were kind of an issue, but it's not the overall problem. Mirror read backwards scramble. It was pretty good. Again, I'd make it quicker and more easier to use because dragging is kind of a pain in the butt. Also, spelling. There's some words that are made up that are accepted, and it doesn't accept plural words. Like if you try and do like water, it's good, but water is not good.
I got waters.
Here,
It
it
was
did.
me.
I should have put dots and it didn't let me put dots.
It doesn't.
Yeah, it didn't
Like
like
the plural of like
Does-
other words doesn't work.
I noticed that.
Yeah, it didn't really make sense to me. Also, I'd also implement sort of like a challenge your friends sort of style with this. You know, like sort of like word twist on Facebook.
It is there. I just found that after.
Right.
If you continue through the thing, it says challenge a friend and upload your score to Facebook or something.
It doesn't give me an option.
It does.
Right.
What the hell?
It doesn't.
It's once you complete the game, once the timer reaches 0, if I'm right.
Okay. All right. It'd be nice if that was advertised to me before I opened
I
it.
think it's mirror read. If you read the headline things fast or something. it's good.
Mirror read messaging, I kind of wouldn't use, but you know, like I mean, I don't think I'd like bother sending my friends, you know. And mirror read books. Yeah, the thing that bugged me about mirror read books was that I didn't really have a choice but to read this Mr. Puff and Mr. Peeve. Also, what it is, but also there's a couple of spelling mistakes. Like they are a little dog. They are a little dog. Like just kept bugging me. And like there's not many words in this book. So like, you know, like I mean, I expect a little better than that. So yeah, so fixing that and maybe sorry,
Takes ass.
and maybe implementing more books to read.
What was that, Jade?
It accepts ass as a word.
It is a word.
Yeah.
I do have my pet donkey at home.
Matt, I'm gonna go to a concert.
And guys, one more thing.
Yeah, sure.
Also, this difficulty bar. It'd be interesting. How I don't understand how it changes the game. I don't understand that there's been easy, like intermediate, and hard level. Like it's all mirror reading backwards, right?
Yeah.
So I don't
It
understand.
explains that it like changes the size of the text and stuff.
I mean, okay.
It's like if you have a harder
Like the
time
words
reading it
are
small.
smaller.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it accepts words that aren't words.
Like what? Like what?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Y-E-A. It's not a word. But it
Could be a
is.
word.
You know, accepts names
Could be a
too.
word.
Yeah, I put NASA.
Yeah.
The word.
Yeah.
You could use yay, like, but I don't know if it's spelled Y-E-A, like use yay high. I don't know if that's.
Yeah.
Back yonder.
Well,
way.
YA is used in a lot of like different like Shakespeare writings,
Yeah.
so it might be consensus because of that.
Well, except a couple nonsensical words from me too. It's like
That's okay.
maybe I just didn't know what to do.
More points.
Isn't that another little thing that I kind of liked about it is I actually like the little facts at the bottom. I just think it'd be cool if there's like a way that you can see more instead of having to just like wait on the home screen for that. to
Maybe like
kinda
a
change.
facts thing.
Yeah.
Like a little button you can click that's like, oh, facts.
Yeah.
Okay.
The word ambulance is printed in reverse on
What is
emergency
clap?
vehicles to make it easier to identify and rear from mirrors.
Oh.
knew that already.
What is CLAT?
What is what?
CLAT.
C-L-A-T? Who knows what C-L-A-T means? CLAT.
Would you like it
Is
to
that a word apparently?
Apparently it is.
Apparently it's a word.
Okay.
It's like a bad word in another language.
Right?
Wow.
Ooh, risque.
I don't think so.
It's like
It doesn't come up in the dictionary.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so.
Okay, so we're gonna leave the app on the side now a little bit, and I'm gonna explain you really what mirror reading is. Basically, mirror reading is reading backwards. If you guys didn't get it yet. There are a lot of studies that show that mirror reading stimulates the right part of the brain, which is connected with memory, spatial skills, thank you. Well, it's proven that it really helps you improve some other stuff, such as normal reading. If you read 15 minutes in mirror reading for maybe a week or so every day, then when you're going to read normal, you're actually going to read faster, a lot faster. Other than that, it helps with memory, like as you get older, you don't keep forgetting stuff. So, as you get older, your memory becomes worse. So it helps with memory and with people with Alzheimer's and dyslexia, if I'm not wrong, too. And for kids, too. It stimulates their brain. So that's basically kind of...
Wouldn't people with dyslexia have more trouble reading this?
Yeah.
I'm not a scientist.
You know the science behind it? We
But
didn't make it.
we didn't make it. We just know for facts, it's proven. There are studies behind this.
Because what dyslexia is, it's just, if you don't know, it'll rearrange the words as you see them. So as you practice reading words in different order, it'll help you, your brain learn to process the words better. It's pretty much kind of along the lines that the more you practice, the better it gets.
And plus, if you have patience, then you actually remember the word better, because like many said, it takes a lot of patience to actually read, like the headlines and actually play the game. So maybe by actually doing that, by really concentrating on the word, you'll actually be able to focus on where every letter is. Also, did you mention about the spatial skills?
Spatial skills. There are a lot of those. Like I don't know, when some people don't have this ability in their heads, or maybe it's not as developed. Like if I ask you guys to picture in your head, I don't know, coming from downstairs, Dawson, up the stairs, and like picturing every single thing in your head, it actually helps that. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like doing the image of your head, of the way to come all the way to this room in your head.
So that's called actually cognitive reconstruction. So it's like, I would say you're walking through, like if you close your eyes, you're going to walk through your door, you look to your left and you see a giraffe out of nowhere. Basically, it's funny, but like by me saying that, you're already picturing. That's called cognitive reconstruction. And mirror reading actually helps that. But not only that, it helps you also calculate distances. So like let's say when like some people are blinded by one eye, okay, that actually affects how they see the distances, how they calculate distances, and that's been proven by science. So mirror reading, what it does is that if people with maybe that kind of disability, or people like even when you're driving a car, you don't really know how to measure distance, mirror reading would actually help you be able to localize yourself and focus on your surroundings more.
Also problem solving.
Problem solving, more logic, playing Tetris. Get better skills, so that's motivation enough for you guys?
Finally beat the high score on Facebook.
Well, even us, we're in either high school, university, or college, or senior, and we have to read a lot, right? So mirror reading will actually help you read faster, because some of the goals sometimes is like, oh my god, I don't have time to read this, but you will eventually read a lot faster than you do now.
And it doesn't really take a lot. It usually takes, they say, around maybe like 10 minutes per day. So you just like have patience for like 10 minutes, or you play, that game, you read the kid's book, you read a couple of headlines, maybe like they'll transform into gossip, who knows, And instead of reading it like during the whole day, you read for 10 minutes every day, and as you'll see like some skills, like some of your reading skills will start improving, you'll feel better about yourself. Then when you'll actually read something backwards, other people will look at you like, how'd you do that? You feel actually good about yourself.
All right, now Do you understand the concept?
Yes.
Yes. Do you understand the benefits?
Yes.
Yes. Do you care about the benefits? What do you think about the benefits?
Well, for the reading part, of course, it's kind of helpful because you have a lot of things to read, but like long term, it could help. But it's maybe just a patience that you have to take to do that. It's just not bad for that.
Okay.
Actually, I probably would use it on the way to the bus, on the bus ride here or something like that.
I don't want to be like, I'm a fast reader already. I don't,
Yeah.
like this, to me, the time taken to read this, I could have read something else. And like you said, we have a lot of things to read, so I don't think,
Did you say this could help prevent or it helps people with Alzheimer's?
Prevent and with.
So then I see like a huge benefit of using this because Alzheimer's is really serious. And if I could like read backwards, not for like, I probably wouldn't do it for like an hour, but if I did it for like 10 minutes,
a day
you know what I
is
mean?
enough.
Like, I would do it for like 10 minutes a day if it would mean like I would prevent having
I don't
Alzheimer's. Like
think-
dementia runs in my family, like my grandfather had it, and that's like a form of Alzheimer's. So I would do it just to like increase my
Just prevent,
likelihood
prevent that,
of
yeah.
getting something like that.
Yeah.
My thing is I have other stuff to read. Let's say I'm on the bus. Well, I can read a book. You know?
Yeah.
Again, I need a surreal reason to do this. Like you say, okay, it's good for this, it's good for this. That's really good. Those are interesting facts. Doesn't make this more appealing to me. Like it makes it like I say, okay, this is interesting, but I need something else to motivate me to do it. So like having a challenge or something like that. So where I can do, again, back to that. Say, okay, this is, or I could have like a workout sort of thing going on. Where I can say, okay, you're scheduled to do this at this time. You know. Something to help motivate me aside from that, just from knowing the benefits of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess in a way, like I own Brain Age the game, but like when was the last time I picked it up? I have no idea.
Yeah, and I mean, like that's where I feel like I'll say, oh, that's really cool, interesting facts about this. Okay, I'll buy it. And then I bought it and I tried the game or downloaded it for free and I played the game twice. And then I say, okay, I'm not going to read my book. I'm just going to read my book on the bus. Instead of having, say, a workout, right, or like a sort of challenge, or say, okay, I'll do the workout where I start off with 5 minutes a day and then work up to 20 minutes a day or something.
Okay, yeah.
Or I have a challenge saying, okay, read it in this amount of time and gradually get less and less time or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Okay. What do you guys?
Okay, so basically, I would like you guys to try it again. Okay, maybe on an iPad, on an iPod Touch, whichever
You
device.
can try on both devices if you like. Like we'll pass them around again. You can
Pass them
whichever you
around
like.
if you want, see which one you like better.
Would you like it better on that?
Okay, so now that you guys know about all these benefits, about well, we obviously got your opinion on this, and you tried it again. Do you feel a bit different about the experience? Like now that you're more aware of the concept and you've tried the game again, you've tried reading the headlines, do you feel like you're getting smarter?
No. No.
I think it feels like it could work.
What do you think, Alex?
Do I feel like I'm getting smarter? Probably not. But I feel more positively about the app, knowing how it would benefit. But I still wouldn't pay money for it.
You wouldn't pay money for it?
No.
Okay.
Would you use it though regularly? Like,
If it was free, I would download it.
Yeah.
But it takes a lot for me to pay money for an app.
okay.
I've never bought an app.
Same here.
And like, I mean, it's even if like there's benefits now that I know that I'm aware of, it's still a clunky app. I find. I mean, it still makes it still hard to use. Still, you know,
Yeah.
problems don't magically go away.
Yeah, I think, like you said before, you probably just start using it and eventually it would just die out.
Yeah. Like even apps I've paid for, like I stopped using them after a while. It's just like a lot of applications I think are like disposable in a way. Like there's always another Scrabble, there's always another something, and like I'm sure there's something like this that's free that I can get, and
There's
or
never
like
gonna
go
be-
on Safari and like look up backwards reading and do that for free instead of buy this app.
Yeah, there are very few apps that I use like on a daily basis, and so I don't see this as being one of them.
You're getting bored, like if you always play the same thing over and over again, just know it at the end. You just want to switch to something else.
Okay, so you guys don't see this becoming the next Angry Birds?
No, at all.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I don't doubt that it is beneficial. I don't feel like I'm smarter, but I don't feel like I'm smarter when I play Sudoku or whatever, and I'm sure that has some impact, but no.
Okay. We've actually asked the same type of questions to other people, and they've said that they wouldn't, like, knowing the benefits, they wouldn't find time for it. So I'm asking you guys, would you, knowing all these benefits, look more in-depth, actually hands-on experience, would you guys actually find that extra 10 minutes in your day to actually mirror read?
I could say for this that I'd probably start it and probably not continue it. Just based on how it is right now. I'd probably say, oh, that's cool, that's interesting fact, this could help me. Oh, I've downloaded it, oh, I never use it again. Like, that's probably what would happen. I'd use it twice and then move on to something else.
I'd probably try to find something free online that would allow me to do the same thing. Because if this is a paid app, like,
I would find another application that helps with my reading skills and all that, that's less annoying to use. I really find it annoying to read backwards. I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. So there's other ways to improve skills, and
if the app, not just like a points thing, but like, if it can, like, you know how like people are addicted to World of Warcraft? Because it's like conditioning. If the app conditioned you to enjoy using it, I think like I would use it. Do you know what I mean?
Should be more
Like,
appealing to you, to people.
not just appealing, but like World of Warcraft, the reason why so many people keep playing it for all this time is not just because it's like a fun, or like, okay, I play Minecraft, and there's nothing really like about it that is particularly amazing. It's this like weird looking game, and like you just go mining and whatever. Like, I digress, but like when I'm mining in the mines and I find a fucking diamond, I'm like, yeah, a diamond, I better keep mining, maybe there's more diamonds, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like 2 hours goes by and I'm like, what the fuck did I do? And I realize how much time I've wasted in this fucking mine, like mining for diamonds. But I've been playing the game and I bought it, you know, like, this app needs something like a diamond that I will find, like, that will condition me to keep wanting. I'm conditioned, it's conditioning. Like, Pavlovian, whatever, and they ring the fucking bell, I find the stupid diamond. And this app needs something that will condition me to keep using it in a way where it's like, man, I wonder what's going on in this game so that I can fucking do it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I need the psychological, like this, I got hooked. Like something to keep me coming back to play it. Like, you know, like I would like to waste time doing this. I mean, something that made me say I'd like to waste time doing this. You know, I mean, as it stands now, I say, oh, interesting, I don't want to waste time. I feel like I'm wasting my time doing this. And, you know, I'd like, it would be nice for an app to have something to say, okay, I'd like to waste my time doing this. This is interesting to me.
Okay.
Yeah, like just like something that like would make me want to play. Like there's this other like word jumble game that I would play, and it's something like there are 3 6-letter words within these letters, and so that would actually make me want to like go and find what this like 6-letter words were.
Yeah.
And so that was just like some sort of motivation to continue playing.
What's the other game called, just out of curiosity?
I don't know. Dad has it on his phone.
Oh.
Anyone else? Here's an interesting question. Who here has already played Angry Birds at least once?
I think I tried it, but I don't.
Play all the time.
It's fun.
Okay, so if you guys were to take one element out of Angry Birds, Okay, we've already talked about Minecraft and the diamond. That was very well said, very
I like
original.
that.
So if you were to take one element, except the pigs, out of Angry Birds, okay, and implement it into this app, what would it be?
Something more challenge, like you can have a challenge, because with Angry Birds, like it's either you're gonna lose or like you're gonna win. You know, there's nothing like in between. So in here, like anyways, what you're gonna do, you're gonna get points. You know, maybe not the best score, but like still. So maybe just something that's like more competitive, like.
So like a scoreboard, something like that. Okay.
Or yeah, like a level up. Like you have to go, level 2, level 3,
Yeah.
something like that maybe.
And so that way you actually feel like you're accomplishing something.
I feel like I'm the only person who hated Angry Birds.
Really?
I fucking hated Angry Birds.
Why?
It made me furious.
Well, that's the whole point. It's still
I
Angry Birds, but
can't-
it's angry players actually.
I hated it.
I-
I hated it so much.
I have a game to show you later.
So angry. But I do like the idea of like a score. I play this other game and I paid money for it. It's called Whale Trail. And I probably play it like every fucking day. It's so cute. Like it looks really good, which would be nice about this app is if it looked really good, which is part of the reason I paid money for it. Like it looks good and like there's more levels of like difficulty as you like move into this land of rainbows and like there's like a score above so you can like keep track of how you're doing. And like there's not a time limit, which I like. I didn't like the time limit because I get really like, it's like a lot of pressure, I don't know. Just like, oh God. Like, but I like the idea of like a score and like leveling, and like leveling is often enough to keep people playing a game for long enough with good work.
Alright, so now that we know your opinions, would you recommend this game to somebody, and if yes, who would you recommend it to?
An old person.
Yeah.
Yeah, my grandmother, my bubby just got an iPad, and I'd probably be like, go try this, Bubby. And she would probably like it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think an old person would like
My
it.
little cousin.
Or like an old people or like young?
Yeah, young
people?
people.
And nothing in between.
You think you like the book?
Oh, my cousin's obsessed with these kind of things. My dad has a phone and she's helping. And whatever game we show her, she'll play it. I think the game, not anything else, not even the book. The game she'll like. But even then, I mean, it's hard for kids to form words without any guidelines. It's just form a word. There's no hint or anything, you know. So maybe customize it for kids a bit easier.
So I'd like some kind of hint, so if it's a 3-letter word.
It's a 3-letter word, or like make it like this is in a tree, whatever, you know, like, and then you gotta finish the sentence with the word. You gotta make the word or something, you know. This I find it just way too bland, like make a word, and you have no idea. Oh, I can make any word in the world. All I have is these letters, and I'm given pretty much every letter. So it's kind of bland, like it should have some kind
It's
of.
like a boggle.
Yeah, but it's like make a word with every letter.
Yeah.
I can pick any word I want.
Yeah, if you like maybe change like the levels of difficulty so you can like have a kid sitting where like it gives you hints or something like that.
Yeah.
Or then it has like like a really hard setting where it's like gives you letters like a Q, a W, an E, and an R. Like go like make words.
Like it gives you like 3 A's and like 4 E's. Like that's so easy, you know. Almost every word has an A or an E in it.
Yeah, have you guys played Word Twist on Facebook?
No.
It gives you like 6 or 7 letters, and you have to find all the words that you can make with that.
See, that would be funner than just here's a bunch of letters and before you figure out a word, I'm gonna reset all the letters so that you're thrown off.
And then it doesn't accept plural, it accepts these random words.
That
Yeah,
makes
it
sense.
does.
No cards.
It just
Yeah.
needs to be like touched up a bit, but I mean, it's not the end of the world.
Okay, so if you guys were to use something else to actually mirror read, okay, what would you guys have in mind, except the app? Okay, so you guys already like discussed your opinions, you guys said like the pros and the cons. What would you personally use to mirror read? Would you write backwards, or would you use a mirror, or would you even mirror read to actually help?
I wouldn't mirror read.
No.
You
I probably wouldn't go out of my way to do it, but if I had to, I would like find a website that didn't
Okay,
cost
sometimes
money
you
to
don't
look at.
choose.
But
Yeah, I wouldn't mirror read. The only time I do anything similar to that would be if I'm trying to like write a message to my friend in class and I'll write it upside down.
It's like the
That's the
Steam
extent of
library.
it.
Yeah.
The Steam
The worst is when they have the calculator and it shows you how much fucking money you
Yep.
spent.
Yep.
What?
Oh God,
Steam
Steam.
fucking calculator.
Steam graveyard.
Oh my God.
Like 300 games,
The
you've
most
played 6.
upsetting- Yeah.
It's
You've
like-
played this sad amount of hours on this game.
And you
Look
spent.
at your life.
So you would not recommend that feature.
Steam makes me really angry because it shows
Bye.
me what a like sad person I am. It's like
I was
I
like,
could be
bye.
worse. Like there's a girl who I'm friends with on Steam who's logged like 270 hours on like Left 4 Dead or
Oh
something.
God.
It could be worse, but like
The girls
And
love
the Steam sales will say, okay, you get this really awesome game for $5.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, why not?
you play it for like an hour.
Yeah, and then you don't even look at it, and you play like, you know, Skyrim or like, you know, something, you know.
700 hours of something else.
That's it. Thank you very much.
Now you have to tell
Very
us
well,
how much this thing sells for.
Yeah.
99 cents.
Okay. How
Does
many
it
people
sell?
have bought it? Does it sell?
There was a there was a period when it was free. It was
How did
free
it
for a
do?
period of 10 days. During that period of 10 days, over 1,600 people downloaded the app.
And then
When she raised the price to $1, since then, which was last December, 270 or so people have downloaded the app.
So less than 2 apps a day, guys.
Yeah, it's
Come on,
1.4
let's
apps a
put
day.
that up.
there you go.
Yeah.
I don't have an iPhone or anything, so I'm not going to contribute to
What would you have said?
Imagine if we really changed everything that you guys just told us now about the application and made it like a super appealing and
We're totally
fun
consider it.
application. Would you really buy it like for the concept or because of the application being fun? Like for the benefits of it?
I think I'd have to see the changes, see if it
Yeah.
actually worked, because like in our mind right now it might seem that it'd work just
Yeah.
because to be like this kind of sucks.
Uh-huh.
So I'd have to see if it actually made it better and made me want to play it.
Okay. Same thing?
Well, I mean, right now I have others. Like, I mean, right now I barely use my iPod Touch as it is. I use it more for my music. I'd be more inclined to read something or play a game on my computer or something
Okay.
instead of doing it and using this. Especially if I had to pay for it.
Okay.
Like I'd say, okay, why should I pay for this when I've already bought games on my computer or have games on my computer that I can play that are a lot more fun than this, you know? And
What if we made this a game on your computer? Would you consider using it on your computer?
No.
I would be digging around
Like on
the
the
internet.
I find solitaire is funner.
Agreed.
But I just, because even if with all these benefits, like he said, I still don't see the reason why. Like, what is it that's going to make me want to sit
Yeah,
down
what
and
sets
play
this
it?
apart from like just
Any
going
other
through-
jumble, whatever. I can text message regular. I can read the regular news faster and easier. I'll get more information than trying to sit there and read it backwards when, you know, I don't really want to. Maybe just.
So, if we change the game, like, so far the game, you like the game much
The
more
game
than
was
the
probably
other.
the best part of the
The
whole
game?
experience.
If
But
we,
it exists already.
if we
Yeah.
improved it overall, and with the benefits, would you consider buying it? If it was actually good and appealing and you level up and you...
I'd have to see the game, but like I think the game would be should be the main focus of this app.
Okay.
If you want to get people to use it, like I don't think backwards reading the news is incentive for people. But I think like the game would be incentive, and I think like if the focus of the app was on the game, and it looked good and like provided like the conditioning environment that would make me want to like keep fucking doing it,
Like diamonds.
yeah, like diamonds. Like it's mine for backwards words.
Well, like already, if you're
Stupid
on,
backwards word fucking house.
well,
Or
yeah,
if
back-
people shows up your
phone,
stash.
like on your app,
Oh, no,
whatever,
backwards.
it's already because you're trying, like you're on the bus wasting time or something. You're not gonna go on your phone to waste more time normally because you're trying to find some kind of entertainment because you're already somewhere where, okay, I have nothing to do right now. You don't just go on your phone when you have a ton of stuff to do to. So I think this app, I mean, no matter how many times you tweak it or whatever you do to it, it's not gonna be something that I really wanna waste my time
So I just wanted to make sure I was like you wouldn't use it not because of any problem with it, just because you don't see the point to it.
I don't see the reason. Not a good enough reason. I don't know what kind of science is like behind it, but I really don't see how it would prevent Alzheimer's. I understand how it can help you read or stuff like that, but preventing something that's genetic,
It awakes the brain.
There are actually things that you can do.
so
not
does
to
reading and stuff though. Like to me, this is just, I don't know. I have a hard time believing that something like this can stop something
There are
so
different
big.
exercises that you can do that would like lessen the effects of Alzheimer's and like
Sometimes
my
stop it,
grandfather
it's just
had dementia, but it was like
No,
not
I
serious
guess-
because he did like.
I know,
brain
but I don't see
exercises.
how it would prevent it.
Yeah. Well, frankly, there is no wrong answer. So what you're saying isn't wrong, but just to understand the science behind it, what it is
Yeah.
by making parts of your brain more active, and it's like here. Let's say you work out 10 times 10 times a month. Like you go and even 20 times a month. You're really active at the gym. You go constantly. It's going to take a lot more to wear out your muscles when you get older. If you don't work out on a regular basis, it'll be a lot easier to wear out your brain. Or your muscles, but same concept. That's what it is.
Because your brain is just.
So I'd like to see the comparison between this reading and normal reading. So this compared to nothing, or this compared to reading just books, or just normal reading, or other forms of mental exercise. Maybe like this compared to like meditation or something.
Okay.
I also think it's important in the app to kind of highlight the benefits, because when we first started playing it without knowing the benefits, it was just like, why am I doing this? Like, it's kind of seemed really pointless. Now, like, it made it a bit clear why I might want to do it. Like, I still don't really want to, but it made me realize why someone might want to.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no one leave with the expensive stuff. We will find you. And I will get you some pizza. Do you want cheese or pepperoni?